Welcome to our deep dive into the incredible journey of Malala Yousafzai, from being a refugee to becoming a global activist for girls' education. Who is Malala Yousafzai? Malala Yousafzai, often known simply as Malala, is a Pakistani girls' education activist who survived an assassination attempt at age 15 and became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014. But Yousafzai began advocating for girls' education when she was still a child, which resulted in the Taliban issuing a death threat against her. In October 2012, a gunman shot Yousafzai when she was traveling home from school. The activist survived, became a Nobel laureate at age 17, and continues her work through her international nonprofit, Malala Fund. She has written several books, including the best-selling memoir I Am Malala, and helped produce the 2022 Oscar-nominated documentary short Stranger at the Gate, Early Life and Activism. Full name Malala Yousafzai. Born July 12, 1997. Birthplace Mingora, Pakistan. Spouse Asir Malik, 2021 present. Astrological sign Cancer. Malala Yousafzai was born on July 12, 1997, in Mingora, Pakistan, located in the country's northern Swat Valley. For the first few years of her life, Yousafzai's hometown remained a popular tourist spot that was known for its summer festivals. The area began to change as the Taliban tried to take control. Yousafzai's father, Ziauddin, is an educator, but her mother, Makai, was illiterate until she was in her 40s. The couple always supported their daughter's education. Malala attended a school that her father had founded. After the Taliban began attacking girls' schools in Swat, 11-year-old Yousafzai gave a speech in Peshawar, Pakistan in September 2008. The title of her talk was, "How Dare the Taliban Take Away My Basic Right to Education?" In early 2009, Yousafzai began blogging for the BBC about living under the Taliban's threats to deny her an education. In order to hide her identity, she used the name Gul Makai. However, her identity was revealed that December. With a growing public platform, Yousafzai continued to speak out about her right and the right of all women to an education. Her activism resulted in a nomination for the International Children's Peace Prize in 2011. That same year, she was awarded Pakistan's National Youth Peace Prize. Yousafzai and her family learned that the Taliban had issued a death threat against her because of her activism. Although Malala was frightened for the safety of her father, an anti-Taliban activist, she and her family initially felt that the fundamentalist group would not actually harm a child shot by the Taliban. On October 9, 2012, when 15-year-old Yousafzai was riding a bus with friends on their way home from school, a masked gunman boarded the bus and demanded to know which girl was Yousafzai. When friends looked toward her, Yousafzai was given away. The gunman fired at her, hitting the girl in the left side of her head. The bullet then traveled down her neck. 2 other girls were also injured in the attack. The shooting left Yousafzai in critical condition, so she was flown to a military hospital in Peshawar. A portion of her skull was removed to treat her swelling brain. To receive further care, she was transferred to Birmingham, England, which became her family's new home. Malala Yousafzai, seen here with her father and 2 younger brothers weeks after she was shot, spent most of her recovery at a hospital in the United Kingdom. Once she was in the United Kingdom, Yousafzai was taken out of a medically induced coma. Although she would require multiple surgeries, including repair of a facial nerve to fix the paralyzed left side of her face, she had suffered no major brain damage. In March 2013, she was able to begin attending school in Birmingham. The shooting resulted in a massive outpouring of support for Yousafzai that continued during her recovery and today. Although the Taliban still considers Yousafzai a target, she remains a staunch advocate for the power of education. Nearly 2 years after the attack, Pakistani authorities arrested 10 Taliban militants for their part in the assassination attempt. Most were acquitted in April 2015 due to lack of evidence. Meanwhile, 2 men were convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Ahsanullah Ihsan, the alleged shooter who is also connected to other terrorist activities, was arrested in February 2017 but escaped custody in early 2020. UN Speech on Malala Day. Malala Yousafzai addresses the United Nations on July 12, 2013, dubbed Malala Day. 9 months after being shot by the Taliban, Yousafzai gave a speech at the United Nations on July 12, 2013, her 16th birthday. It was her first speaking in public since the attack. Yousafzai highlighted her primary causes of education and women's rights while urging world leaders to introduce peace and prosperity, as well as fund mandatory education for all. She encouraged other activists to continue speaking out and appealed to individuals to end any prejudices they hold. Because of the Taliban's attack, Yousafzai said, "They thought that the bullets would silence us, but they failed. The terrorists thought that they would change our aims and stop our ambitions, but nothing changed in my life except this weakness, fear, and hopelessness died. Strength, power, wit, and courage were born." The United Nations declared July 12 Malala Day in honor of the young leader's activism to ensure education for all children. The UN Secretary General at the time, Ban Ki-moon, said at the event Malala chose to mark her 16th birthday at the United Nations, celebrating her cause for education. No child should have to die for going to school. Nowhere should teachers fear to teach or children fear to learn. Together, we can change the picture. UNA can dress a picture by the Malala Fund. 2 months after Yousafzai was shot, UNESCO and the Pakistan government created the Malala Fund for girls' education. Then in 2013, Yousafzai and her father launched the similarly named nonprofit Malala Fund that works to ensure girls around the world have access to 12 years of free and safe education. The nonprofit primarily supports its Education Champion Network, previously known as its Gul Makai network, a reference to the pseudonym Yousafzai used when she wrote for the BBC of local activists in places where many girls don't receive secondary education. The network has grown to include 10 countries: Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Brazil, Ethiopia, India, Lebanon, Nigeria, Pakistan, Tanzania, and Turkey. For her 18th birthday, in July 2015, Yousafzai continued to take action on global education by opening a school for Syrian refugee girls in Lebanon. Its expenses covered by the Malala Fund, the school was designed to admit nearly 200 girls from the ages of 14 to 18. Today, on my first day as an adult, on behalf of the world's children, I demand of leaders we must invest in books instead of bullets, Yousafzai proclaimed in one of the school's classrooms. In January 2018, Apple announced it was partnering with Malala Fund to help provide education to more than 100,000 girls around the world. The company pledged to contribute money and technology, as well as assist with curriculum and policy research. According to the Malala Fund website, the organization has invested more than $47 million in total across its various programs. Malala Yousafzai Awards. Malala Yousafzai holds up her medal and diploma after receiving the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize in Oslo, Norway. Yousafzai has received a host of awards and honors to date. Chief among them is the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize, which she received along with Indian children's rights activist Kailash Satyarthi for their struggle against the suppression of children and young people, and for the right of all children to education. Yousafzai, then just 17 years old, became the youngest person and first Pakistani to receive the Nobel Peace Prize when the announcement was made in October 2014. It was her second time being nominated for the prestigious award. In congratulating Yousafzai, Then Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif said in a statement, "She is the pride of Pakistan. She has made her countrymen proud. Her achievement is unparalleled and unequaled. Girls and boys of the world should take lead from her struggle and commitment." Then -U.N. Secretary General Ban Ki-moon described Yousafzai as a brave and gentle advocate of peace who, through the simple act of going to school, became a global teacher. Returned to Pakistan. Through all her activism, Yousafzai remained committed to her own education. She graduated from Edgbaston High School for Girls in Birmingham, England in July 2017. She continued her studies at Oxford University that fall. On March 29, 2018, the Oxford student returned to Pakistan for the first time since her brutal 2012 attack. Not long after arriving, Yousafzai met with then Prime Minister Shahid Khan Abbasi and delivered an emotional speech at his office. "In the last 5 years, I have always dreamed of coming back to my country," she said. "I never wanted to leave." Yousafzai also visited her former home and a military-run cadet college in Mangora during her 4-day trip. Recent years and 2023 Oscars appearance. In June 2020, Yousafzai graduated from Oxford University with a degree in philosophy, politics, and economics. The following March, Apple announced the start of a multi-year programming partnership with the activist. The company stated that Yousafzai and her production company Extracurricular would create original programming across multiple genres for Apple TV that draw on her ability to inspire people around the world. "I couldn't ask for a better partner than Apple to help bring these stories to life. I'm grateful for the opportunity to support women, young people, writers, and artists in reflecting the world as they see it," she said. Separately, Yousafzai served as an executive producer on the 2022 short documentary film Stranger at the Gate, which tells the story of how a former U.S. Marine planned to commit a terrorist attack at an Indiana mosque before meeting the congregants there and finding his extreme beliefs challenged. Stranger at the Gate was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Documentary Short Film, leading Yousafzai to attend the 2023 Oscars ceremony in Los Angeles with her husband. "It's been so surreal. There are so many beautiful, gorgeous people by my side," she told ABC in a red carpet interview. Malala Yousafzai husband. Malala Yousafzai and her husband, Asir Malik, attend a New York City event in September 2023. While attending Oxford in summer 2018, Yousafzai met Asir Malik, who was visiting friends on campus. Despite Malala's reservations about marriage, she said in a 2021 essay she believed she wouldn't marry until she was at least 35 years old. If at all, the pair wed in November 2021 in Birmingham. In addition to their educational backgrounds, similar to Yousafzai, Malik earned a degree in economics and political science in 2012. The pair have bonded over their mutual love of cricket. Malik works for the sports governing body in Pakistan and is the co-founder of an amateur league. Yousafzai said in 2021 her time together with Malik helped her see that she could remain true to my values of equality, fairness, and integrity while simultaneously being in a relationship. "I still don't have all the answers for the challenges facing women, but I believe that I can enjoy friendship, love, and equality in marriage." Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the life of Malala Yousafzai. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspirational stories from around the world.